Somebody you can tell don't know where they're going, but they don't tell nobody that they have no idea where they're going. And you know they're lost, and you try to tell them how to go, or try to tell them, look, why don't we ask for some help? But they don't ask. They figure they got it worked out and going to find it all on their own. But the more they try to find it by themselves, the lost they get. There's a movie called Man on Fire, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. Dakota name in the movie is Peter, and Denzel plays a man by the name of Greasy. And Greasy has a bad past. Lots of killing because of who he worked for. Lots of things that he has done wrong, to the point where he is now drinking heavily. And Peter gives him a chain with the patron Saint Anthony, who is the patron saint for lost things. And she gives this to him in hopes that he will be found. Child of God, are you lost this morning? Or do you know that you're lost and not where God wants you to be? Not doing what God has called you to be, and you're lost on the highway of life, but you won't accept nobody's help? Are you lost trying to find your way? Do you find yourself going round and around and around in life? Do you find yourself going through the same old, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and you keep saying, I'm going to make it one day, I'm going to get there one day, I'm going to make it, but still you find yourself same old. Here in the movie, Denzel dies holding on to the chain of the patron Saint Anthony. At the end of the movie, because Dakota or Peter has get kidnapped and she's taken, he went and found her. Why is it that we aren't letting God find us? We are trying to get to God, but when we can't, we say we're going to change our situations, we're going to change our circumstances, but we're more lost today than we were yesterday. Oh, we find ourselves lost. We find ourselves on the road, but we say, I'm going to get there, I'm going to make it. How many people I say and I talk to about Jesus, and they say, oh, I'm all right. Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm not lost. I'm okay. I know where I'm at. But you just shake your head because you know they're lost. You see the things about lost people, most of the time when people are lost, they don't want to tell nobody that they're lost. They don't want to be embarrassed for folks to know that I can't find the place I'm supposed to go to. On our job, we get many addresses to go see patients. And sometimes when I put my GPS system or into my telephone, it doesn't even take me to the right place. It takes me way beyond some place, way past, and not even, I arrived at one place and said, you are here, and it was a field. And it said, you have arrived. Isn't that how it is in life? We try to program where we're going to go with our life. We try to put all the things in that should get us where we wanted to go, but look where we find ourselves, lost, broke, but around and nobody around. But this morning I want you to know that he is the God of lost things. That Jesus will find you. That Jesus will find you if you let him. It doesn't matter how far away you are. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. Won't you let Jesus find you? You see, it's bad enough to tell folks you're okay, but it's even worse when you've been telling yourself, I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll be all right. No, you won't, honey. You're not okay. You're not all right. You're lost, and you need Jesus to find you. You need to let God find you, for he is the God of lost things. He is the God that is looking for you. He is the God that is searching for you. He is the God that's trying to help you. Let Jesus find you. And so when people come and say, do you want to be saved? Do you want to find Christ? Don't you sit back. Don't you say, no, not today. I know that I need him, but not right now. Honey, I'm lost and I want to be found. I want to be found. I remember all the time in school, especially in junior high and elementary, they have a place called Lost and Found. They have a place in school called Lost and Found. That when things get lost, other folks might find it and they will take it into the office, and the teachers will place what they have found in the area called Lost and Found. And when you lose something, the first place you go is to the office, and hopefully you'll find that which you lost. Well, honey, you've been to the club and couldn't find it. You've been to the bar and couldn't find it. You used drugs and alcohol and couldn't find it. You got caught up in sex and you got caught up in this and couldn't find it because it's not there what you need. What you need can't be found in a lost and found box. What you need can't be found by the police department. What you find cannot be searched by the greatest detective in the world, because what you need this morning is Jesus. You need Jesus. I need Jesus. We need Jesus. He is the God of lost things. He is the God that can find you if you let him. He's the God that can find you if you want to be found. He's the God that says, I'm reaching for you if you let me reach down. I can pick you up out of your situation. I can turn your situation around. But you got to let go and let me find you, child of God. You got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired that I might find you. The songwriter said, I was lost, but Jesus found me. Put his loving arms around me and said, come to my table, those who are thirsty. Oh, do you want to be found this morning? Are you tired of going down the highway of life, not knowing which way you go? And up ahead is just darkness after darkness, and you keep driving into the darkness, hoping one day I'll reach the light of the end of the tunnel, but you never get there. Let Jesus find you, for he is the God of lost things. He is the God. The songwriter said, he came seeking for me. People say, well, I found Jesus. I submit to you. He was never lost. Man. I found Jesus, but I submit to you. He was never lost. We are the ones in need to be found. Adam and Eve did not come looking for Jesus. Jesus went looking for Adam and Eve after they had messed up. When they knew they were lost and messed up, instead of running to God, they ran from God. Why are you running from the only one who can find you? Why are you leaving the only one who can deliver you? Let Jesus find you. Your pain is so great, your hurt is so deep. Let Jesus find you. He is the God of lost things, child. He knows everything you've been through, every place you went to. He knows where you're at even when you don't know where you're at. Have you ever lost something in your house and you tear up everything trying to find it? Boy, you try to think of where you put it at. You walk through, you open up the drawers, you're going through bookshelves and things, and don't let it be money, child. Oh, Lord, you throwing things out the folks, getting mad at the kids, kicking the dog, and you mad because that's all the bit of money you got, you can't find it. Or you trying to go and you can't find your keys. And you swear, because it's not the first time you lost them, I'm going to give me one of those things that you put on your keys and then make that, but you never do get it fixed. You always say, this won't happen again, I'm going to make sure it don't happen again, but it still happens. Oh, because you really don't see how lost you are. Because if we really knew how lost we were, we wouldn't want to be lost again. He is the God of lost things. But too many times when we have altar call, we say, you know, preacher, I will come, but I don't want people to know I'm lost. I don't want people to know how bad I'm off I am, or my pain, or my hurt. Honey, God already knows. This is not a rest home for the saints. It is a hospital for sinning. It is a hospital for the sinner who needs salvation. It is God's operating room. Let Jesus find you. Jesus is that young man or that young girl who lost that puppy, and they're going all over town putting posters up saying, have you seen him? And I can see Jesus with posters in his hand with your picture on it. Jesus got you on the back of his milk cart. Jesus is looking for you. Jesus is trying to find you. His information says he was in my house. They were coming to my church. They used to be on fire for me. They used to pray. They used to seek my face, but they don't do it anymore. They're lost. He is the God of lost things. He is the God that wants to find you. He is the God that will pick you up, honey. He is a God that will hold you in the cradle of his arm. He is a God that will rock you to sleep in his arm. He's a God that loves you just as you are. You can't get any better for God to love you more. But child, you can't get any worse for him to love you less. Amen. Jesus loves you just as you are. Don't you want to be found? All right. Amen. He came seeking for you. He came to wipe every tear that is falling from your eyes. He's come to dry your eyes. He's come to ease your loneliness and take away your hurting, your pain, for he is the God of lost things. Can we stand? Let Jesus find you this morning. Why will you stay like you are? You don't have to be lost, child. You don't have to be lost. Let Jesus find you. And maybe there's somebody here this morning that will take the courage to say, Jesus, I lost my way. I thought I knew where I was going with my life. I thought I knew the direction I was going to take. When I got out of high school, I had my life planned out. I knew what I was going to do, what kind of job I was going to get. But look where I'm at now. This is not what I had planned. Jesus, will you find me? Would you help? Would you bring me out? Is there anybody here that's lost? Is there anybody here that wants to be found, needs to be found? Are you lost in darkness? Are you lost in your situation, your condition, or your circumstance? We serve a God that will find you. Jesus